Assalamualaikum dan selamat datang ke channel Tanda Gil Podcast. Wow, masih tu macam nama masih tak decide lagi. Okay, so hari ni saya saya akan berborak dengan one of the men behind Origami, which is Abang Dzul.
Hello, Assalamualaikum, nice to meet everyone. Thank you Abang Q for having me today.
Thank you. So Abang Dzul tu memang nama kau Abang Dzul?
Yes, my full name is Abang Zulkarnain bin Abang Iskandar. Those who are Sarawakian know lah. Ni nama orang Sarawak, macam Nick, Tengku. Tapi we setakat penghulu je lah. Tak ada raja-raja, tak ada. Tu Brunei ambil.
Okay, so panggil Dzul boleh ya?
Panggil je Zul.
Okay, Dzul. So Dzul is the one of the men behind Origami. So siapa yang join last year the TFO in August, so tahulah the one of our biggest event, C-Dish event in Malaysia last year, yang spark a lot of small event, which is saya cakap dengan Sharin before that day, which is technically is the start for us. Is a monumental punya event yang start, yang lepas after the TFO ada Animat $200, then Bandmaster $200, then
I never knew that was the catalyst.
that's the biggest catalyst lah.
Thank you for supporting.
So Dzul, hari ni kita nak berborak pasal diri Dzul lah. So Dzul, bila start main Magic ni?
Okay, so first my exposure to TCG, of course, as a kid born in 1994, Pokemon was the biggest lah kat sekolah kan. So obviously I grew up in a middle income family. English boleh sikit? English rojak boleh?
Boleh.
Okay.
Casual.
So obviously as I grew up, belilah once in a while deck and all that. Tapi masa high school, of course, that time Dota semua keluar, I stopped. Then as time went by, 2019, just before COVID, I started playing the online Pokemon. Sebab rindu. I tengok apa Logan Paul semua beli card Charizard kan. I thought, I miss Pokemon, let's try. I played Pokemon. The kick wasn't there lah. Sebab I felt the game a bit was too simple. Then I was like, what other card games? Then I remember my uncle, he started playing Magic in 1995 ke 96. Dia beli deck untuk my cousins, tapi my cousin dia perempuan, tak minat sangat. So instead he gave me some cards. I remember it was a white card, right? And that will heavily influence my future lah, that white card. Then I remember, okay lah, let's try Magic Online Arena. So I didn't want to spend any money dulu, so I played Arena for like beberapa bulan, just for fun sambil tunggu Dota. Then come COVID, selepas COVID, I think 2020, late 2022, before that I wanted to be macam semi pro Dota, tapi my team macam banyak argument, we split up. Aku pun macam alah, you know kan, Dota always your friends become your enemies kan. You senang gaduh kan. So we gaduh, then we were like, tak cakap dengan each other for a few months. I wanted to find new friends, so I was like, okay, there was a board game shop near my house, sebab I tinggal Tropicana. So Tropicana Gardens Mall just buka, I saw the shop called Invictus Forge. So shout out to Invictus Forge. So shout out to them, shout out to the shopkeeper Hafiz, who is my colleague now. He introduced me to Commander decks. So I was playing one-on-one standard. Tak pernah dengar Commander. Apa ni Commander? Can I play one-on-one? I said, no, it's 4-player format. Boleh ke card game 4-player format? Sebab I went into that board game shop sebab I play board games casually dengan kawan. So I memang enjoy multiplayer games face to face. Tapi sebab COVID, tak banyak main. So we had to stay home kan. So the board games died down. And then I suka Warhammer, dia punya lore and all that. And I wanted to do D&D. But he said, why don't instead you like board games, you play Commander. So then I saw, Commander, what is that Warhammer product? That's the Commander deck. So my first deck was the Mania Skelga Esper deck. I buka, cantik gila this cards. Macam I played the online game Warhammer Dawn of War dulu, and I like using Space Marines kan. I never played Warhammer tabletop, but I like the lore. Kan, and then I got my 2 friends to join me, Arif and Galvin. I think they'll be watching this lah. Right, so we became like a gang lah. So I got them to buy a deck each. Satu beli Necron, satu lagi beli Baldur's Gate punya deck. So kita main lah among 3 of us kat McDonald's. Tapi rules tak tahu. We tembak sorcery boleh instant speed. Prince Walker masuk je. Kan, boleh activate anytime, man. So we didn't know. Then I told them, okay, why don't we play with all the uncle, and that's when we met people like Atoy. We met some veterans of the community at Invictus Forge. So we played that every Friday. Slowly we got to be comfortable with the game. Of course, lagi lama main, jumpa lagi orang, go to more shops macam CNH. Then I realised, this is fun. Dia macam Dota tapi you got no one else to blame but yourself. Gaduh in the game but you are enemies mah. You cannot blame each other. So okay lah. You know, I got to use my favourite cards from Warhammer. And then one day I met one of my mentors, Casey. He came, he helped me build a deck overnight sebab aku suka Celestia, but I didn't know how to build a deck. So he spent 2 hours on one night teaching me, these are the rules, teaching me how to build a deck, and I was very appreciative. Until now pun I call him my Sifu sebab he taught me the basics. So it became like a weekly thing lah. Setiap Rabu, setiap weekend kita main kat IF. Then eventually sebab Dota was very competitive, tapi kita main casual EDH kan. So grandfather story short, I wanted to have that competitive feeling. Kan I was telling my bila ada competitive commander ni. Dia memang commander tak ada competitive, it's all EDH. And thanks to Abang Q here, without him, zero chance I would get into this scene. Sebab maybe I would have given up EDH sebab and go back to Dota because that competitive feeling was gone. And I didn't want to play standard, modern sebab kena beli deck baru mahal kan.
Ya, mahal.
And then I thought I met a friend, nama dia Marcus Liu, shout out to him also. He was from the Vanguard community. Dia ada banyak kawan from Hideout. He was in the Hideout group, maybe not for Magic or maybe for Magic. Dia baru join and a lot of people in that community was selling cards and he wanted to join. Then he told me, Zul, this Thunder Guild group is making this commander tournament. Ada ke? What is the band list? Then he said, this one they got their own special band list. I couldn't join that one. Yang power level 8. I couldn't join sebab I was busy. Then as luck has it, a few months later you bought full on CEDH. Yeah. Right? And the moment that was announced, I messaged Abang Q, I remember. That was my first time meeting him on the phone. I said, I nak join dengan kawan I. Okay, but can we use test cards or proxies or whatever sebab CEDH mahal kan? So he said, can, no problem. We're having it in a shop. It was a very small event. And built my first deck, Celestia. My friends told me, you cannot win if you don't play blue. Kan? Okay, so long story short, that was what inspired me nak buat event. Sebab I realised I played dekat KD. I didn't know there was a community dekat Ampang. Right? So then my world of Magic got expanded from KD to KD and Ampang, then CNH, 3 tempat. Okay, then I realised 3 tempat ni tak ada macam cross section, all jadi macam silo. Yalah. Players from Ampang or players from Ampang, players from CNH lah. So I was like, okay, I memang suka make the community united lah. Okay, that was my background from another sport. So then slowly I joined more of your events. Then I wanted to train. First time pergi GOH, got exposed to proper CDH players. So now I know 4 places. Kan? I know 4 places. And I was like, these 4 places, each place got players who gempak. Right? I think the Ampang side, when I first joined the tournament, Kaiser, he won that one. Tapau all of us, we know, wow, this guy power gila. Why isn't he here in Sunway? Why hasn't he played with Atoy before? Then after that, I was like, Atoy tak nak pergi Sunway tak nak pergi KD, think waste of time. Ampang is too far for everyone. CNH kurang player. Then I was like, wouldn't it be cool if all the great players from each area fight each other? Macam jadi Champions League kat awal football kan. And I know the conversation was about me, how I started Magic. Sorry, I strayed off a bit.
Tak apa.
But this is now going to...
Tak lah, at least this is your timeline.
My timeline, right? So I talk a lot. So are you okay talking with my how Origami was inspired?
Can.
Boleh ya? Okay.
Boleh.
So because of these great communities, especially Abang Q's community that he championed more towards the Ampang side hideout, and then players from Collektr, so which I never actually met until much later last year. Sebab it was far. Kan Bukit Jelutong was a place I've never been to. Kan? But because I wanted to make this event, I was inspired sebab this is the truth, man. I'll be frank a bit. Maybe spicy conversation sikit lah. Kan? Players kat Sunway was the premier place to main CEDH. Okay, so the best place to train for me to try to win your tournament was to train with them. Okay, but whenever I mention about KD side, your side, they felt that macam it's too far. And they felt like Sunway was enough for them. So then I thought to myself, I would like to see the best players from other areas play against them, because there was everyone main silo, kan? At the same time, we can unite the community, get people to know each other. So at first, I bought a 4 team. I Sunway, KD, it was Thunder Guild, and if I'm not mistaken,
It's Michael team, right?
Sorry?
Michael punya team kan?
No, he came later on. I think it was Weatherlight punya side.
Oh yeah.
Yes, kan?
Yeah.
And then because they are the CDH group Malaysia, we're all active in. I announced it. Tiba-tiba, one shop from Ampang, Access and Access.
Yes, yeah.
Abang Kuyat, shout out to him also. He messaged me, "Hey bro, this sounds so interesting. Nak join boleh?" I told him, bro, we're doing a small 4-team tournament in IF. Invitation only. So sorry. And he kept messaging me for 2 days and like, bro, come lah bro. Let's make 6 team. Come lah, I can find you another team. I was like, kalau 6 team, my bracketing lari.
Betul.
Right? I needed 4, 8 or 12. Then my friend said, bro, why don't you just do 8? But you have to find more teams. So luckily, that was 3 months before the event. That 1 month, I spent finding 2 more teams. So lucky enough for me, we got Collektr to join the team, Collektr Collective. And then we wanted to get Michael Galana's team. Shout out to him as well. He wanted to do an expat team, tapi half the team couldn't make it sebab fight problem, that kind of stuff lah. So last minute, I had to ask my old Sifu KC to make a team. He found a team, ngam-ngam 8 team, and that's just so happened to be the biggest CEDH event and the first, maybe I'm not sure, the first team CEDH team event in the world. I'm not sure whether other countries have it yet, but in Malaysia it was the first lah.
Tak apa, kita claim.
Kita claim kan.
Kita claim first
right?
in the world.
Yes. So we had to make our own rule set. Sebab
Betul.
you were not playing for yourself. 1 round 24 round or 24 games.
24 games.
Kan? So instead of the 5-1-0, kita 3-1-0 macam ikut bola. Kan? And the dynamic of the game change when you're not playing for yourself. Because every time, after every round, people will check the team rankings. Sometimes all you need is a draw. Sometimes all you really need a win. So it made the game a lot more team-based. And it united every LGS. I have not seen some shop sampai I used to go GOH. I wasn't in any team, ITO kan. Dulu Friday night, all the otai will be there. But when it was coming 6 weeks, 7 weeks for the tournament, every team secret training. Train kat McDonald's, sorang-sorang, like just their team. So it was very semangat. You know, it had the sense of pride. Now I want to bring the trophy home for Sunway. I want to bring the trophy home for KD. You know, I want to bring the trophy home for Collektr. And it was a very fulfilling feeling lah for someone like me that above all else, I suka competitive, but I like to use the competitiveness to unite. So, especially your event dekat rumah tu. That really inspired me as well. So Abang Q is a big influence in my self-belief to make these events, and I hope to work with him with future events as well lah.
Yeah, because the reason for Thunder Guild punya event, first and foremost, because kita itulah macam tadi kita borak dengan Atoy, kita dah tak ada big event. Magic dah tak ada langsung big event. Kalau ada pun kat Singapore,
Bangkok.
Jepun, Bangkok. So Malaysia tak ada apa-apa.
Betul.
Then for a player untuk keep on main, they need to have something yang diorang boleh look forward to.
Betul.
That's why okay, aku buat lah. Then aku buat mostly aku buat macam 3 bulan sekali, and just untuk keep people engaged lah. Cuma last year I meet with Ismawi. Shout out to
Abang Mawi.
KMX. So because before this aku memang nak try main with test card, proxy card. Tapi aku tengok proxy card kena beli dekat Etsy lah, dekat dia macam malah. That's why bila ada jumpa Ismawi, that's macam wah, cantik kan?
Betul.
Then,
high quality.
High quality. That's why macam okay lah. Maybe like right now we can play. At first I don't call it CDH, I call it high power. But we follow the band list from Wizard. Kita didn't do the special band list lah after that. So okay lah kita sebab right now we have easy access to the test card. Okay, balloon. Kita semua main CDH. So menang macam. Tapi the championship tu yang buat tu macam okay lah, kita try. So every month buat 2 tournament, which is one in Klang, one in Musa Maju, hideout. So siapa yang menang dapat tiket untuk main dekat rumah tu lah, dekat PJ.
Betul.
Which is I rented a house for 2 days 1 night.
It was one of the best events for me and Atoy. We were TO for our own event, but our favorite event of last year was that event in the house. It was very well run, and I hope you do it again lah this year kalau boleh. Best really nice experience, the best, very nice.
Sebab for me memang penat sikit lah sebab because I run that event, I'm alone. I run aku buat seorang.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Adalah few people yang support, but mostly I run alone. Tapi itulah, kita orang memang aku sewa satu rumah, buat barbecue. There's a 3 tournament running. Main sampai pukul 4 pagi.
Best. Can sleep over.
I after you guys balik, I still playing with Bear sampai pukul 5 pagi, 6 pagi. Pegang kad pun dah. Terdeku Armageddon.
As a participant of that tournament and the event, I think that was to me one of my most memorable experience for me and my friends. Sebab we made it a quest, our gang. Sebab we had a new group of players that came in during that time, gang Shafiq, Marcus, Soleh, you guys know who you are lah. And all their goal was to qualify for your rumah event. So they went for every qualifier tournament you had every month, and that was a very fun journey because we were training together. That is what really inspired me for my event. Sebab I saw how the uncles and the otais on my side dekat KD tu, along with us as a fellow new players, we were pushing each other, learning new deck tech, and I wanted to see if our community could do that on a Klang Valley scale. And I think it happened lah. But again, your event was the one that made me see like, wah, ni EDH, CDH is a very nice tool to get that competitive itch out of EDH players.
Because especially the older guy lah. Sebab diorang come from the standard era. Which is yang memang tak ada
highly competitive.
Format memang highly competitive. That's why bila diorang dah start main EDH, diorang macam nak main power sangat pun nanti kan kesian pula. nak main lower down sangat pula nanti game jadi lama, boring.
Betul.
So macam that's why when I propose to Hideout, I propose to GCC Klang, diorang macam excited lah, because at least dia tahu okay, 4 bulan straight ni kena grind, kena make sure menang supaya dapat perks at the final championship, Tanah Negeri Championship. So it's one of the biggest event yang aku pernah run. And 4 months straight bro. 4 months straight. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 9 events straight in 4 months.
There's respect to Abang Q, man. I mean, I think he really impacted especially the CEDH community. For our side, at least in KD, a lot of our players played. I think observationally, aku dah nampak how you grew the community on that side. Budak-budak Ampang, I think even some Collektr kids pergi sana, right? So I think hats off, man, to Abang Q. Without you, and thank you for this podcast as well.
Thank
All
you
this
again.
initiative is amazing for the community.
Yelah sebab before this pun I thought this in other episode, which is dia memang magic ni, dia bukan magic saja, any TCG dia orang macam berpecah.
Betul.
Macam bila you cakap unification tu, that's what I try to do before, which is that's why I tengok macam budak Kelang,
betul.
dia pergi Wangsa Maju main.
Betul.
Dia budak Wangsa Maju
budak Kelang.
turun main.
Aku lupa.
Then
You get the Kelang side.
of course with Collective, I have a good relationship with Collective before Collektr even exists at that time. So I have a few players, so like Zaid, Shami, there's a few like Haziq technically from Collective. Then of course both our group ada I think last year there's a big migration from Vanguard to Magic.
Yes,
I think
yes.
from your side,
My gang, I think about 7 budak from Vanguard, and now they're part of our core group on KD lah.
So from my side also, Nura and Adam, all these guys pun daripada Vanguard masuk Magic. So tak adalah, dia sebab one trader tu nampak Thunder Guild before 3 big main group, which is the Kelang guys, Masuk Maju and Collective. So the first June tu event tu yang dapat satukan semua, kita duduk satu rumah main.
Wah.
So alhamdulillah lah, event tu berjalan dengan lancar.
Very nice event. It was so fun.
Makan.
And I hope you can do it again this year. I pun nak compete. I jadi TO je. Aduh, tak boleh main.
Tak boleh main. That's why sekarang aku main je. Aku malah aku nak main.
Aduh.
So right now I have a big interest in Duel Commander. So hari tu the regulars do their tournament here.
Dia ada tournament here kan. Banyak orang ke?
Banyak. Almost berapa? 15 people.
Oh, okay. It's new format in Malaysia lah.
It's very
Kalau compare Singapore and Philippines is big.
Yeah, it's huge in the
Huge,
Philippines. Cuma itulah sebab the problem is Duel Commander is a sanctioned tournament. So we cannot use the test card.
Test cards, okay.
But
Understand.
actually aku tak main pun, but still nombor 4.
Oi.
Still nombor 4.
Power.
Tak lah, my deck actually is a grindy deck.
What colour you play?
I play Jeskai color.
Ui,
I play
Jeskai.
Aragon, the Monarch Aragon.
Kuat pun that deck.
But
kalau one-on-one commander damage, ada ke commander damage? Dua commander?
tak ada.
Oh, tak ada. Okay.
But your life is 20 je.
Oh, 20 je. Oh, okay lah, power lah.
Tapi itulah Aragon tu sebab dia grindy. So all my opponents take dia lama betul fikir.
Oh yeah. Sebab I also have an Aragon deck.
Oh really?
I made him Voltron as my casual just guy. I love that commander. Like ETB Monarch.
ETB Monarch, then
very strong.
You control Monarch, all your creature are unblockable.
Yes, it's damn strong.
In Duel Commander, that deck is a meta deck.
Oh, serious?
It's 120% the meta. So
serious?
Technically all the tournament yang menang semua my Aragon.
Why sebab dia punya card draw from Monarch? Or is it just because of the colours?
No, because of the card draw, then the lifelink. In a 1 versus 1 format,
yes, understand.
lifelink is
so
huge.
important. Ya, betul.
And the bontot dia 4.
Betul. And dia punya attack pun 4.
4.
Vigilance, lifelink.
Tak ada sebab bila main 1v1, you play a lot of single target removal. Faham? So lightning bolt apa ni. So most of the burn spell is 3 or 2.
Faham? Okay.
So you cannot kill Aragon on the side. Unless you play like
swords
lah. Tapi but you playing Jeskai Gala, of course
counter spell berlambak.
7 card on hand. Come. You want to kill lah. Come.
I never knew. Dia meta deck Aragon.
Aragon meta deck.
Nice.
Aragon and Minato.
Minato.
It's a Esper lah.
Interesting. I know Minato. I got some uncles who played on our side. Kuat. High powered deck.
Itulah, right now pun I'm trying to push Duel Commander. Tengok macam mana.
Okay.
Cuma sanction tu pedih sikit lah kot. Sebab we cannot use the test card. So because I think the charm of CDH because we can use test card.
It's normal in a community lah.
So at least it doesn't break the bank for people to join. Because the problem with modern is that because if you want to start modern right now it's quite cheap. You can build a mill deck roughly around 600-700 ringgit.
Okay lah tu.
It's quite okay lah. Right now okay lah because masa dulu Mind Break Trap used to be
$40 lah.
$40. So right now dah buat 3 sen. Sedih.
Tak lah, I think dah naik balik. I think
Naik
$10.
balik? $10 right now.
But okay lah, better than 40 kan. Thanks to OTJ.
So my bad trap. Sebab dekat tu lama tak ada
reprint.
OTJ is the first reprint. Tu yang that's become a big hurdle lah for people to join Magic, because kalau you can ask a lot of people yang around early 2000 2010, kalau diorang pergi kedai card game nak main, usually kedai tu akan cakap kat budak-budak ni jangan main Magic, card game lain.
Sebab apa? Dia mahal sangat?
Sebab mahal.
Oh, understand, okay.
Even though at that time, sebab at that time still technically murah, but still an expensive game compared to other card games.
I think I saw a video a few weeks ago, which is the most expensive TCG. So they compared Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. They use modern lah as a benchmark for MTG kan. MTG most mahal by about $2,000, by like $200 more expensive than the second. I forgot what the second was. But memang it's an expensive card game lah.
It's not the most expensive, but it's for you to go competitive, expensive. Expensive.
Staple cards mahal.
Sebab I can compare macam Yu-Gi-Oh. If you want to build a proper meta deck that can win championship, it's gonna cost you maybe like RM700, RM800.
Oh, very cheap.
For modern,
3,000 kan? Yeah,
3,000, RM2,000.
Yeah, betul.
If you tak nak foil, maybe 2,000. Tak nak foil lah.
Do you think it's because Magic ada banyak format? Legacies nak cut tu, Commander nak cut tu, Standard nak cut. The moment banyak dah jadi staple for multiple formats, mahal gila lah.
Mahal gila
kan? Oldest card game Magic.
Tapi kalau nak compare from other card game dengan Magic, I think Magic is the best one. I tell everybody, memang kalau siapa nak rasa enjoyable playing a game, game that, because Magic has 30 years of experience, 30 years of rule polishing, the polish rule tu. So that's why Magic ni it feel complete.
Betul.
That's why even though I play other card games, but still I think Magic is still the best one.
I think it can relate back to me lah, when I didn't feel that it didn't scratch my itch bila aku main Pokemon. The moment I join Magic, ni macam complicated, like Dota level complicated. Dia ada complexity for adults, kan? It becomes challenging. That's the fun part.
I don't want to talk bad about Pokemon, but
No, Pokemon is a great game. Sorry. But Magic is complicated but fun. Complicated but fun. Hard to learn.
It's much more rewarding, especially in the CDH game lah. If you win, it feel much more rewarding.
Beat 3 orang kot.
Bukan senang bro.
Beat 3 orang kot.
3 force of will. Kau ingat senang nak makan. Alright, so for the future, origami plan for this year.
Okay, so I think 2025 is the year that me personally, I nak really push our event to the next level, right? And I think I would like to thank Abang Q. Of course, before this, you are a big inspiration for my journey. Without your events, I don't think I would even believe in my own events. But for this year, from the data that we saw from last year, from your events, from my events, from CDH Masters, from Aaron and Michael Galana's events, shout out to them, that this community has grown very huge in 2024. In a sense where from early 2024, late 2023, semua silo dah jadi super united. So we're taking advantage of that sense of community, not just from Malaysia but Singapore also, thanks to CDH Masters. A lot of Singaporeans have come here. They came to Collektr that day for event.
Yeah,
I think 12 orang lah. Then top 13, half of them was top 13. Then last Singaporean pun menang. Kuat. They use all the meta decks.
But
right?
one of our boys in the
yes, made to the finals.
Made to the finals.
Yes.
Shout out to Nafal.
Yes, he's a new player.
He's a Yuriko player.
Yuriko, and he is new compared to all the Malaysian veteran players. Semua uncle veteran couldn't make it. He made it. So one of my favorite players in Malaysia right now. So, and he's gonna join my event also, Origami's event, me and Atoy's event. So Atoy and I, we are part of Origami. We are planning to do a CEDH, or at least for CEDH is a Grand Prix. Kan? So we are going to make a solo event February 15. All this is going to be at Jaya 1, open to public of course. And then May kita nak buat a 4-man tournament, never done before in Malaysia at least. It's half of TFO lah, 4 men. And then another solo event in July, and tu kita similar to One Ring lah. It's just a solo event for people that nak main solo, sebab not everyone wants to play team event. So we want to cater to that crowd yang suka main solo. They have 2 events in a year. And then of course the highly anticipated TFO2. Sebab last year TFO2, Axis and Hexes, Team Ampang, the oldest CEDH community in Malaysia, showed why they were the best lah. And all the uncles from Sunway, from KD were like, we're not worried about each other, we're worried about Team Ampang, Team Pass Priority. And we were like, are they that good? We barely go that side. And they won the event, right, by a landslide. Kan, Team Thundergill made top 4, Team my side, Team KD made top 4, J top 4. But even in the top 4, Team PP Ampang tapau everyone. They were
too good.
Too good. Kan, some players undefeated. So a lot of teams want to win the title back, and we are increasing the team from 8 team to hopefully 10 team. If can 12. So 80 players minimum, 96 maximum. We are I think Team Singapore is highly interested. They got a Singaporean team. I heard they're going to make their own internal tournament to find the best 8 to bring here. They want to curi the thing from Malaysians. Right? So I hope we Malaysians can defend the title from Singapore. Can defend. So cannot let them
JB player jangan lagi. Kau jangan melompat ke sana. Make your own team.
Yes. So we have I think the original 8 teams are coming back. I'm not sure kalau Thunder Guild, if you want to make a team, you're always open to come back. We will give you the first right reservation from the original 8 teams. Then we have the Singaporean team. We probably have only 1 or 2 more slots left. Kalau we can expand to 12 teams, I'll be more than happy to do it lah. We have enough space in Jaya 1. Right? So, and then the final event in late November is initiative that I am going to take upon myself and me and Atoy on Origami side to try to make a SEA showdown. So that would be either a 12-man or 16-man team. Team KL, Team Selangor, Team Singapore, and either a team from Johor plus Penang or an expat team, which are like the international people like Koreans, Filipinos and all that. If we get a Filipino team, I'll be more than happy. It'll be more SEA. So that is what we're planning, and we are hopefully we can work together with Thunder Guild. They open run side events or even be part of our committee and work with hopefully people like Collektr. It's really more of the unification of all the players and organisation. Sebab during those events, we are also running Popper, we're running Precon. Hopefully we have other organizations that run draft, modern maybe. If the crowd is big enough, standard, why not? You know, maybe not for this event, but the future events,
yes.
even more lah. So our first event on the 15th of February is going to be 1 day. But if the reception is good for future events, kita buat 2 hari.
InsyaAllah.
Yes.
InsyaAllah.
That's our goal lah. Yes.
Nice. Sebab at least this year jadual dah penuh lah.
A lot of work, but demi community magic. The gathering.
You can see lah how much people love this game.
Yes.
If they are willing to do this.
Addicted. Player, I don't know lah. Compared to, those who are in the community play till 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Tak penat. You know, that's one game that is super addictive. To me, it's more addictive than Dota. You know, once you find the right group of players, kan, boleh shuffle up main lagi kan. Tak puas, he beat me, I want to beat you now kan. That's the beauty of TCGs lah. Yeah.
Actually, what you are trying to do is making the emphasis on the gathering part of the BTG.
Yes. That's our goal for Origami at least lah. You know, and we are very fortunate to have people like Abang Q supporting us, Collektr supporting us, and we hope to get even our past sponsors to come back. TCG KL's, what was the other one? CNH. You know, so to see not just players but even organizations come together on one day, I think that really will show people that we are a very united community.
Alright, so sampai sini sahajalah. So hari ni terima kasih kepada Abang Dzul kerana datang.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you kerana datang. So macam biasalah, comment, like, subscribe, share. Make sure semua orang yang datang event itu make sure datang 15 Februari
Yes.
pukul
Pukul 10.
10 pagi. Datang awal sikit, cek parking. Aku tahu Jaya awal susah sikit parking dia.
Weekend especially.
Hari Ahad kan?
Hari Sabtu. So can sleep late. Kalau nak main lagi Magic, opposite the mall tu ada restoran tutup lambat. So those tak puas boleh main sampai pukul 1, pukul 2. Kalau tak letih lah.
Kalau tak letih
Tak
lah.
letih lah. It's a whole day event.
Siapa yang dapat lesen yang panjang tu okay lah. Aku susah sikit lah. Okay lah. Terima kasih kerana datang.
Terima kasih Assalamualaikum.
Kita jumpa lagi next week, InsyaAllah.
InsyaAllah.
Ciao guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.